everyone, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm trying not to speak too loud. I soap at night and I have little kiddos. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. And this is my first video that I talk in, so hopefully I do okay for you guys. I am going to do a fairly easy design soap today. It's a Valentine's soap. It's going to be scented with Love Spell, and I'm using Wholesale Supplies Plus fragrance, and I'll show you the colors as we go. Alright, let's get started. I do use milk in my lye solution instead of water, so that's why it looks thick like this, because my lye is dissolved in my frozen milk, and so that's why it looks like this, but that is normal. And I do soap at room temperature, and it just makes it easier for me. Get it prepared ahead of time, and it actually helps me, give me time to swirl or whatever design I do. My base oils are in this one, along with any additives that I chose to put in there. And so let's get started. I'm gonna do a design, what is this called? Hanger swirl. I made my own, see, with a hanger and some tubing. And I am gonna be doing, it's gonna be white, purple, and pink. And I'm also gonna be putting some embeds on top, but I'll show you those as when we get to that point. And this is my pink, isn't it pretty? Yeah, I love bright soaps. And the pink I used, Neon Pink Hot Pants from Crafter's Choice. And the purple, this is my favorite purple. The only one that I have found that stays true in my soap. Look at how old the bottle looks. Looks like me. Just kidding. Purple Vibrance Mica Nurture Soap. It's awesome, awesome purple. And titanium dioxide. I keep mine pre-diluted in a squirt bottle, and I get the Brambleberry, so mine is both oil and water soluble. I choose to dissolve it in hot water, which is easy for me. And I found it doesn't have those specks. I tried oil and it just wouldn't work for me. The extra water it adds is not a problem. I don't mind glycerin rivers if I get any. So let's get started. We're gonna add the lye solution, and here we go. I don't do normally any water discounts because I like to have plenty of time to swirl, and my recipe also allows for that. I don't want to be rushed. I try to have enough time to cure the soap, so I don't do that. Every once in a while I will, but I like to sort of have a fluid soap, so I don't normally do that. So probably will. And that's called burping your mixer, if you don't know that, so it'll keep the air bubbles popped out. But alright, I'll probably fast forward through this, and it's gonna be real quick because I don't mix too much, because like I said, I like a fluid soap. So and also you're gonna mix more, if you think about it, when you do the colors. So you don't want to go crazy here, because if you get it too thick, by the time you get it into the mold, it's going to be way too thick. find when you use water and it's compared to milk, you just have to be careful. It's probably easier to swirl with milk if you have some soaping experience, because since the lye solution is thick, you're going to think that it's to trace, and it might not be. So I would recommend using water till you get a feel for soap making. See, that's pretty coming to trace, and since I'm not just going to use the whisk, I'm going to use the electric blender to do my colors. I'm going to leave it at this consistency. Because I'm going to be blending it some more, so. Alright, let's separate the colors. And this is a special order soap for me. I don't normally do Valentine's sales, so I can't really do a whole lot of soaping for Valentine's for my dear friend. And hopefully she likes how it turns out. Some people measure so it's even, but I usually eyeball it. I'm not doing very precise layers, so it doesn't need to be. So this is my white, and you are going to see that I leave a little bit in the bowls for the top, and I'm going to do a tiny bit of piping, not a lot. My white. I also eyeball it. I do fairly like to get it pretty white, but actually I am going to mix. No, I am going to do that one first because I don't want to mix any white into my colors, because I don't want them pastel. I want them a true purple and pink. But I don't want to do it the opposite way either, because I'll bring some of that color into this base color. And that seems like a lot of water, but it'll be okay. Take longer to cure. See how it's already thickening up? That's okay. I don't want it too thin either, because I don't want the colors to mix when I swirl. And I'm not going for a pure white. I'm just going for a whiter looking soap. Creamy, I guess. And I do make a mess, so oh well, part of the fun. That's good enough for me. So now on to the colors. Doing the pink first. And when I mix my colorants, I do use some of the base oils to mix the mica in. I just put it in the bowl and swish the mica around in it. But I do, if I don't have the right color, see, I'm happy with that, I just add the powder direct to the soap. It's not a big deal. Since this blends it so well, I usually don't have specks, but only a fellow soaper would notice. The customers really don't. And see this purple? That's not the color that I'm happy with, so I'm gonna add some powder to it. We'll see how that does. Right, much better. It looked gray before. Do I want it more purple? Let's try a little bit more. Just a little. Whoops. Blooper. All done. So now I'm gonna pour it, swirl it. Try not to make a huge mess. And obviously I'm at home, so if you see my bare feet, I'm sorry. Cover your eyes. Okay. Let's get to the fun part. No counter space, as you can tell, but that's okay. So let's do a little of the white. A lot of the white. Purple or pink, purple or pink, purple. And there's no really rhyme or reason to the pouring because the hanger is gonna do all of the work. Weep, weep. You like my sound effects? You look purred. Oh, I gotta remember the order. Oh yeah, purple. I don't want to do purple on top of purple. Then you won't be able to tell. Probably will miss the sequence, but that's okay. See? See? I already messed up. It's the purple, not the pink. What are you doing, woman? Oh my gosh, if you hear snoring in the back, that's one of my dogs. Dun, dun, dun. I have a lot of old dogs. I'm like the sanctuary of dogs. Alright, so now I'm going to do a little bit of white. And then you slap it down to pop the bubbles. Hopefully not waking in my kids, but oh well. Gonna do a little bit of the white on top so I could swirl. I'm gonna do a little bit of piping, like I said. Oh. I don't know what to talk about because normally I'm listening to music or just trying to be quiet. But this is my second year that I'm soaping, but I know that seems like not a lot, but I soaped like a mad woman my first year. So I feel like a veteran. Pretty much have encountered every problem in the book, but I don't see it as a bad thing because that's how you learn. I don't get nervous when stuff happens like ricing or accelerating. Actually, accelerating, I know it's a bad thing, but man, sometimes it turns out the prettiest soap and then you can't even recreate it. I mean, you can use the same fragrance oil, but it won't ever be the same. And look, I did this and I forgot to swirl it, see? Good thing I have a lot of space. And then also, I'm a little nervous since I'm talking, so that's why I messed up. But that's okay. Oh, I don't even know what pattern I'm gonna do. Ooh, I hope that's pretty. I always get nervous because I don't want to overdo it and it be muddy. Hopefully that looks okay. I don't know where I'm going to put this. Okay. To the top again because I'm a dum-dum. Whoopsie. Oh well. See? You gotta get nervous. You just gotta go with the flow. Alright, so it won't be perfectly white, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna do piping on this one side only. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I just sort of want the colors to shine through. So now I'm going to do some of the colors. Wow. This is a fun part too. I love soaping. I didn't find soaping, like I said, till early last year. But I do love it. It's the first hobby I've stuck with, and it doesn't feel like a hobby anymore. It feels like a lifestyle. I love it. And people enjoy buying it, so I'm not stuck with a whole bunch of my hobby stuff. Which is just, that's a bonus, because I don't have no room in my house. Alright, I do have a lot of soap left, but I'm going to use some for the piping, and I'm also going to have a little bit left to do a few bars for whatever. Don't look in my drawers. They're super messed up. But on the plus side, I have pretty much everything that you could want in my drawers. It's like the Mary Poppins of drawers. Alright. This is the fun part. Whee! Okay, I can't remember how you... Yeah, this is how you... I haven't soaped in a few months, so I don't remember. Oh, see? That's too much of the color. I want some of the white in there too, so. I'm gonna pop some more white in there, make it even. Because white helps the color pop through too. Yoink. Alright, back to swirling. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Alright, and now back and forth. And I'm only doing the top layer, not all the way down, just in case you try and do this and you've never done it. Yay, so pretty. Okay. And of course I'm going to put glitter. I'm still going to pipe it since I have time to glitter it up. And this is the large glitter from Brambleberry. They do have a really fine glitter, and I do love it. But I did find that the fine glitter covers the soap, so you can't, it makes it harder to see the design. I love it though, but I find the bigger grain one is nicer on more soaps that you want to see the designs pop through. Does that make sense? And then I got this purple. Purple sounds weird saying that. From a Facebook group, but isn't it pretty? Ooh, can't help myself. I have to use this a little bit. I'm probably getting more on my fingers than on the soap, but whatever. Ooh. And I got some gold too. Can you guys tell I really like glitter? Oopsie. Whatever. I'm not into plain soap, so sorry. I'm sure you'll find another soap vendor if that's your thing. Oh, and I'll put some more after piping, so I just wanted to mess around with it. Bam! Okay, I'll bring you back for the piping and the embeds. Okay, I am back. Before I put the soap in my piping bag, I did want to show the consistency of my soap. Now, you guys saw me, I didn't pour off soap at the beginning for my piping. Sometimes I do because the fragrance has vanilla or vanillin, whatever you want to call it, and it'll brown the piping, and I don't want that look. But in this case, the fragrance oil does not brown, so I was just going to continue using some of the main batter of the soap for my piping. Really, piping is not that hard. It's a waiting game. It's making sure your soap is at the right consistency. And when people ask me, oh, I don't know how hard it is, it's not hard. It's just that you have to wait. The best I can compare it to is when you're making, if you ever bake, egg whites into a meringue for the top of a pie. It has to be in hard peak consistency. So see, this is pretty, it's pretty loose. It's probably too loose to pipe, but that's okay. This one is better. See how it stays when you bring it up. Now, a lot of things will factor into the weighting. That's why a lot of people don't pipe, because it takes longer to make your soap. Your fragrance oil can make your soap slow trace, which is awesome when you're making a soap, but if you're piping, sometimes it can be a pain because it could take 20 to an hour, 20 minutes to or to an hour if in case the fragrance oil slows down trace. Obviously, if you have I have some fragrances that it sucks because it rices, so I have to reblend it after it does its thing to get it smooth again, and I have to wait again, but it won't rice again. So there's ways around it. It's a waiting game. I just wanted to cover that because a lot of people have questions. So piping is not hard. It's just that you have to wait till it's thick enough, because if otherwise it'll melt and it won't look like icing. See how thick the soap is already in the mold? See? So that's how long I've had to wait. It's been about 30 minutes. So I'm going to get the soap in the piping bag and do a little bit of piping. And if you're wondering if you can see that, yoink, yoink, I have a mess. It's a controlled mess, but that's not a real egg. It's a fake egg to train my chickens. And yes, that's a Christmas ornament. And now I'm going to stop pointing things out. I'll be back. Okay guys, I am back for the piping. Turn it a little sideways because I'm only going to pipe one side. And if you've never piped before, it's easy to put it in a cup. The easiest way. Your piping bag lets you pour it in easier. And I forgot my gloves. Sorry. Ooh, I'll be back. I could talk while I put these on. So you put the piping bag in a cup, and at the bottom you twist the bag at the point where the bag and tip are. That way your soap batter doesn't slip out as you're filling it. I'm probably going to fast forward through my piping so you won't hear me talk. And then after the piping, I will be putting some embeds in that I made. And I marked my mold, I don't know if you can see that, to tell me where to put my embeds. Alright, let's get started. And I mixed all three colors, so it should be a cool effect. Alright. Too much purple. icing's a little runny, but that's okay. I like the pink to show through. Yep. Okay. So now I'm going to do my embeds. We'll see how it goes. These are my embeds that I made. Some of them are for a different project, but going to be alternating. Okay, guys. For my embeds, I do take off my gloves because I have to feel where I'm putting them. I have to be more exact about it. So, here goes nothing. I was getting nervous doing these because I'm afraid they won't be even. And you know what? I'm going to do the hearts second because I want the icing to get a little bit stiffer so they don't smoosh down too much. So I'm going to do the other part of the embeds first. And I don't know if you've seen this, but if you put the one heart at the end backwards, the embed, that way you can slice it and the swirl will be visible on the front. But I made these cool little keys, so I'm going to call the soap Key to My Heart soap. See how firm the soap is already? Ooh-wee. And now the soap heat does not melt the embeds. It's melt and pour. They'll be fine, even if it is a small embed. I will be fast forwarding this because I am very particular about my embed placement so they don't get cut off. So, and I'm taking my time. Joe. Joe. I do like to smush it in there fairly deep so it won't fall off as the customer uses it. Okay. I'm also going to be making matching bath bombs. How fun for this order. And I'll try and record it. I don't know. Never recorded myself making bath bombs, so we shall see. I don't even know if you guys want to see that, so we'll see. Recording is very time consuming. The uploading and all that. At least for me it is. I don't have very fast internet. Or internet at all. Oh, well. Ooh, I don't like that one. So. All right. What time is it? Glitter time. Yes, this is a girly soap. Woohoo! You gotta love it. Ta-da! Whoa. I will bring you guys, show you guys the cutting when it's ready. Hello everyone, I am back. I'm here to cut the Key to My Heart soap. It's still a little bit soft, but I just want to get it cut and get more air to it. I just made this last night. make sure I don't cut any of the embeds. Hardest things to line this up, because once it's cut, it's cut. Charlie. Oh, my dogs. Being annoying. Sorry, it takes me forever because I don't want to cut anything off. Alright. Ooh, pretty. A little bit of glycerin rivers, but it's very pretty. I like it. Oh, I like this side. Next time I would use more of the color one than white, but it's pretty. I like it. Or maybe do a spoon swirl. This was a hanger swirl. I like it. It's pretty. Very fine swirls. What do you guys think? Pretty, pretty. This is a Valentine's Day soap. Scented and Love Spell. Tiny little air pocket. I like it. I'll still have to plane it a little bit. This is the end. But it's pretty. Alright. The last piece. like it. Now it'll still continue to get some air, so if I get any ash, I'll just use my steamer. Water glycerin rivers, that one. I like it though. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and I'll make sure to videotape other projects. Thank you.